They thought they were saving their souls, but in reality, they were destroying lives. What really happened during the Salem witch trials, and why did a few whispers lead to the deaths of innocent people? Some say dark forces were at work, while others believe it was a collective descent into madness. The Salem witch trials were not just about witchcraft. They were about fear, power, and the terrifying consequences of mass hysteria. Over 200 people were accused, and 19 were hanged. But behind the numbers lies a story that reveals the darker side of human nature. Whispers of the paranormal and the supernatural haunted Salem long before the first accusation was made. Why did an entire community turn on itself? How did a small village in Massachusetts become the epicenter of one of the deadliest witch hunts in history? To understand the tragedy, we have to go back to 1692 and unravel the web of paranoia that engulfed Salem. Was it mass hysteria, or was something more sinister lurking in the shadows? In February 1692, young girls in Salem village began to experience strange fits and convulsions. Witnesses claimed the girls would contort their bodies in unnatural ways and speak in unknown tongues. The local doctor could find no physical cause. The community jumped to one conclusion: witchcraft. The first three accused were Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, an enslaved woman from the West Indies. Tituba, under immense pressure, confessed to consorting with the devil and painted vivid images of black dogs, red cats, and shadowy figures stalking the village. The accusations spread like wildfire. Betty Paris, Abigail Williams, and other girls pointed fingers at their neighbors. The accused had little chance to defend themselves. Spectral evidence or visions of spirits was accepted in court. If a victim claimed to see an apparition of the accused harming them, it was considered proof. Imagine standing trial for a crime someone dreamed about. Witnesses even claimed to see faint glowing lights and mysterious figures roaming the outskirts of Salem at night. The trials escalated rapidly. By June 1692, the Court of Oyer and Terminer was established to handle the cases. Bridget Bishop was the first to be executed. More followed. Rebecca Nurse, George Burroughs, and Martha Corey were among those hanged. George Burroughs, a former minister, recited the Lord's Prayer perfectly on the gallows, something witches were believed to be incapable of doing. His execution shook the community. Giles Corey refused to enter a plea and was pressed to death with heavy stones. His last words, "More weight." Some believed Corey's spirit lingered in Salem long after his death, cursing those who had wronged him. The environment in Salem village was ripe for disaster. Tensions were high due to land disputes, religious extremism, and fear of Native American attacks. The community was fractured, and accusing someone of witchcraft became a weapon. Shadows seemed longer, and the wind howled with an unnatural voice. By September 1692, public opinion began to shift. Governor William Phips dissolved the Court of Oyer and Terminer and prohibited the use of spectral evidence. Trials continued under the Superior Court of Judicature, but with stricter rules. Many were acquitted. The frenzy died down, but stories of strange occurrences, spectral figures, and ghostly apparitions persisted in Salem long after the last execution. The trials officially ended in May 1693, but the damage was irreversible. Over 25 people had died, either by execution or in jail. In the following years, many of the accusers admitted they had fabricated their claims. Massachusetts formally apologized and compensated some victims' families. It wasn't until 2022 that the last Salem witch, Elizabeth Johnson Jr., was exonerated. Yet some locals claim that the spirits of the innocent still wander the streets of Salem, seeking justice. The Salem witch trials serve as a reminder of the dangers of fear, intolerance, and blind belief. They reveal how fragile justice can be when hysteria takes hold. Even centuries later, the lessons of Salem resonate, and the echoes of the past still seem to whisper through the trees and cobblestone streets. If you found this story compelling, subscribe for more untold mysteries and paranormal secrets from history.